Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahad FreelancingWala, and today I am again with another with guest. Our name is Lisa. So first of all, Lisa, thank you so much for your time and coming to our show. So
You're
without
welcome.
wasting time, let's get started. So hello Lisa, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. Uh-oh.
So before moving on, Houston, would you like to introduce yourself to our audience who are watching you?
Sure, sure. I don't know how to explain it. I am retired. I used to teach special education for like 12 years, and I used to be an office manager for like 20 years, and now I'm retired, and I'm setting my sights on building an animal rescue here on our land. And I've been married 42 years. I have one grown son, and that's about it. I'm nothing special.
Okay, Lisa, wonderful and great. So, Lisa, my first question in your screen is what inspired you to start a rescue from on your property?
Well, we've got the adequate land to do something like that. And I love seeing animals out here all the time. We are not set up yet for animals, but that's the steps that are coming next. There's a lot involved in getting one up and running. A lot of legalities. But we have the land here. It's perfect for seasons. What better place?
Okay, Lisa, wonderful. So, Lisa, my next question in your screen is how is your experience as a special education teacher influence your approach to animal rescue?
Um, well, doing what I did as a previous occupation, that kind of it, it highlights patience, understanding, and you got to be adaptable. It's required being a having adaptability when you're dealing with special education kids and in caring for animals with diverse needs. It takes a certain kind of person, I think, to be able to do that.
Okay, Lisa, wonderful and great answer. So, Lisa, my next question in your screen is can you share a memorable story from your teaching career that has parallels with your animal rescue work?
Well, I really don't have a story per se yet because I haven't rescued any animals. There's much involved that needs to be done before we can take animals in. There's licensing to be done. There's permits. There's grants out there. I need the money in order to build it. So I just recently monetized my YouTube channel. So, and that was my plan, with that. If I could get it monetized, and that could be funds to build the animal rescue. I can't do it on my own.
Okay, Lisa, wonderful. So, Lisa, congratulations for your YouTube monetizations and
Thank you.
thanks. So my next question in your screen is what kinds of animals do you have? Do you focus on rescuing and why?
Um, it- to start out, I'm going to concentrate on horses, maybe some donkeys and larger animals. And then as we progress, then I would like to bring the smaller animals in. We have to wait and see and just kind of go with the flow. And I may find out that there's more of a need for a specific type of animal. So that I won't know until I get into it. But initially, I'm going to concentrate on horses.
Okay, Lisa, wonderful and great. So, Lisa, my next question in screen is how did you transition from being an office manager to running a rescue farm?
I got to read this again. How did you transition from being in office? Well, it wasn't a hard transition. It's like I get to do what I want now. And this is what I want to do. You know, working for somebody else, you're paving their future. It's time to pave mine now. And I want to spend that time with the animals. I want to be their voice. So they don't have a voice for themselves. So I want to be that. And yeah, it wasn't a hard transition, even though I'm not rescuing animals yet, but I will be. I will be. So I can't tell you stories that I haven't experienced yet, you know?
No, I don't know.
Right. Go ahead.
Okay, Lisa, so my next question in your screen is what have been the biggest challenges in setting up your rescue farm?
Uh money. Money has been the biggest thing because I have to hire an attorney, hire a tax man, and the 501(c) is something that has to be done before I can open up a fund to be for monies to be able to go in there. I have to have that licensing done first. And somebody just told me yesterday he just did it himself and it cost him $1,500. So that's quite a chunk of change to just get started. And that's not even all the legalities of it yet. That's just an initial in the door, you know what I mean? And you got to have that tax EIN. You have to have everything in place according to your state. There's rules and regulations. There's things that you have to upkeep. I mean, there's certain, like space. Each animal has to have a certain amount of space. So if you can't accommodate that, then you cannot bring animals in. So yeah, there's a lot to do. A lot. And every time I think about the legalities of it, my I get a headache. So hopefully we'll get it all figured out.
Okay, Lisa, wonderful and great answer. So, Lisa, my next question in your screen is how did you fund your rescue from and what lead you to monetize your YouTube channel?
That exactly that is going to bring in monies for the rescue farm. I'm not going to be any Mr. Beast and have millions and millions of viewers, but I would like just a little portion of that. That would be very nice. And all the money is going to come from monetizing YouTube. I don't have a choice. I'm retired. I don't have an income anymore other than, my social security, which probably will not be around as long as I am, but I have something, but very little. I don't have enough to just pay for everything myself. I can't do that. So that's the whole reason for monetizing. Mhm.
Okay, Lisa, wonderful. So, Lisa, my next question in your screen is what types of content can viewer expect to see on your YouTube channel?
Well, I think animal welfare, things that we can do to keep our pets healthier, things to look out for, new trends as far as wellness goes and care for the animals. You got to have a veterinarian. I mean, there's so much that you have to do. And what's really sad is if you get horses and one of them dies, that's my responsibility to bury that horse. So that I never really thought of at first, but yeah, that's kind of a sad thought, but what are you going to do? Things die.
Okay, yes. Okay, so my next question in your screen is can you share success stories from your rescue farm?
I have no success stories yet. That will be coming very soon, I'm sure. I think the biggest success that I've had so far is becoming a YPP partner. monetizing my YouTube channel. It's not easy to do that, by the way. And then to get your subscribers to stay. So the content has got to be good. It's got to be interesting, and it's got to be something that people want to know. So I'm going to concentrate on animal welfare. I'm going to concentrate on holistic product alternative supplements for the animals that are all natural, opposed to all kinds of chemicals and this and that in our medicines and supplements. So I plan on doing all natural.
Okay, inshallah, you will get a success story very soon. So, Lisa, my next question in your screen is what do you ensure that well-being and health of animals on your farm?
Just by making sure that they have adequate warmth, especially in the winter. It gets very, very cold here. Ample space. They got to be able to move around and run. So the pasture area's got to be all fenced in, and we have to protect them from the outside elements like bear or coyotes or wolves. We have to protect them from all the elements. So that's going to be a job right there, just getting it set up. Once you have it set up, it'll be beans. It'll be easy. Yeah.
Okay, Lisa, wonderful. So, Lisa, my next question in your screen is what role does your family play in the rescue farm?
Well, they don't. Let's just say that. They are this is not something that they are overly excited about doing at all. I'm afraid all they see is work, 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 work. And it will be a lot of work, but I think it's going to be so rewarding. And I think they're gonna it'll grow on them. I hope. I hope it'll grow on them.
Okay, Lisa, nice and wonderful, great answer. So, Lisa, my next question in your screen is how has being married for 42 years influenced your decision to start a rescue farm?
Well, I got to tell you, it's made me quite bold because it's because I am bullheaded, and if I want to do something, I am going to focus on doing that. I feel like I have spent my life being a mom, a caretaker, a housewife, a teacher, an office manager. I've had many hats, and this is what I want to do. So I'm not letting anybody else's opinion alter me at all, and especially my husband's. I've backed him up his whole life. I supported him too. I I think he should support me because this is what I want. He doesn't have to be in there helping me. He's got his own stuff to do, but just to have the moral support, just encouragement would be wonderful. Yeah.
Okay, Lisa, nice and great answer. So, Lisa, my next question in your screen is what advice do you have for others looking to start their own animal rescue?
Save your money. it's quite it's quite spendy to get a farm opened up. There's just so many things to take into consideration, and animals don't have a voice. So I really truly need to step up and be that voice for the animals. You know, it's it's a lot. It's a lot, but I know I can do it. You know, it's very expensive. I told you how much the 501(c), and it's kind of a catch 22 because I cannot start fundraising without that number. But yet I got to pay $1,500 to get that number. That feels like a catch 22 to me. So how do I do that without taking it out of my own funds? You know what I mean?
Okay,
There
nice.
are things that you can do though. If you're wanting to open up animal rescue, and I did this yesterday. I went to other like veterinary clinics, other rescue farms, because if you can find somebody that is already set up with their 501(c), you can actually hire them to be a fiscal sponsorship. So basically, what that is the owner, whoever has the 501(c), for their fundraising. The gentleman I'm speaking of does like orphans. All of his donations on his YouTube, whatever, go to the orphans. So if you can find somebody like that that is already set up, that is the way to go, because you can operate under their 501(c) until you have all the legalities set up to be able to do it yourself. There's a couple of good things about that is I've never ran a rescue farm, so I'm not really sure about all the legalities yet. Somebody else that already has that going for them can make sure that you stay compliant and follow the laws and the rules. And that also gives you time to concentrate on the farm rather than all the logistics. So I think that, and what if you change your mind? What if you get in there and you're rescuing animals and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is not for me? You know what I mean? I would hate to see that happen, but you never know. And by getting a sponsor that way, that gives you a little bit of time to have everything settle in and see if this is what you really want to do. So I would explore that for sure.
Okay, Lisa, great and wonderful one. Nice answer. So, Lisa, my next question in your screen is how do you balance the demands of running a rescue from the personal time?
Well, I haven't yet. I'm still in that process, but I think when the demands start coming, I think I'll handle it just fine. I have coping techniques, for stress and, just So I have coping tools that I can use to keep myself calm. And you know what? I'm only one person. I can only do what I can do, and that's got to be good. That's got to be good enough.
Okay, Lisa, wonderful and great. So, my next question in your screen is what are your future plans or goals for the rescue firm?
Well, I would hope that it would continue to grow and get it established. And I have no doubt in my mind it will continue to grow. And from that point, if we're doing well, then we need to expand. We need to open up more rescue farms, buy more land, and put up more rescue farms.
Okay, nice future plan. So my next question in your screen is: can you describe a day in the life on your rescue farm?
Well, we're in the building stages, so a lot of work. Out there fencing. We are grooming. The areas for the animals to cruise. The fencing is huge. There's going to be certain areas that have to have electrical fences just to keep the big bears and stuff like that out. And people think that having a electric fence is cruel to the animals, but in fact it's saving their lives. They can handle a little shock, or the bear can come in and eat them. I don't think a horse is much up against a bear. I don't know. I don't want to find out. So there's a lot to do. There's always, I'm working on trails. I mean, we have four-wheeling trails here. We have kayaking. We have all kinds of fun activities. It would be kind of cool to even open up a petting zoo for the little kids. But when you have rescued animals, You don't exactly know what their temperament is going to be when you receive them. So, you got to give them so much love and care and just bond with them. And as far as the work, there's always something to do. You can be putting up hay for the winter. You got to stock feed. Just you got to have regular veterinarian visits. So instead of me taking the animals to a vet, I need to find a vet that can come here and take care of the pets on a normal routine.
Okay, Lisa. So Lisa, are you sitting now in your farm?
Am I what?
In your farm, where your rescue farm?
The farm? What about it?
So, how was your day was going between is a good day or looking like a sad and bad?
No, they're all good days. They're all good days. I get to choose what I do. And I choose to help the animals. So no, they're all good days. All good days. The only way I could see having a bad day is if I had an animal die. That would be very sad.
It's also sad when there is your animal dies too much sad. So,
Yeah.
Lisa, my next question in your screen is how do you engage with your local community through your rescue farm?
Well, visit the other facilities like the Humane Society, and that's another thing that somebody just starting out can do too. They can partner with somebody else that's already set up, and not have to go through all the legalities right off the bat. Then, you would have time to just kind of let it all sink in. You know what I mean? I think if you can have outside help, you definitely you can't do it alone. You can't. So outside the community, that's going to be huge, especially when I start running fundraisers for the animals, and fundraisers are going to have to happen. And I don't know the first thing about doing it, but I have every intention of learning. It's all new things that we got to keep learning. So, and don't be afraid to step out. Don't be afraid of the unknown. If it's in your heart, you strap in, buckle up, and hang on. You go for it.
Okay, Lisa, wonderful. So, Lisa, my next question in your screen is how is your perception of animal welfare changed since starting the farm?
Well, it wasn't as keen as it is right now. Knowing what I do know, and how to treat pets all naturally, that's a huge one that I didn't know. They have products for pets that are all natural and do not have any of the fillers and stuff like that in it. So we got to be aware of what is going into our animals' bodies, just like we do us, you know. So you got to be on your toes. You need to know, what's good, what's bad. Make sure you read labels. Just because it says something on the label does not necessarily make it true. People are um, dishonest, and they want to just put fillers in stuff and reap the rewards. They're making all kinds of money, but what they're doing is diluting whatever it is that they are filling. So they're diluting what the what it would normally do for an animal. They're diluting that. So it's very, very important to know what's in your products, and have third party testing. Somebody that doesn't have anything to do with the product, an outside source that can test that product, make sure it's not full of lead or metals or you know um parasites. I mean, there's so many things that you really have to look out for. I find that really sad.
Okay, Lisa, nice. Now it's time over for our interview. So, Lisa, thank you so much for your precious time and coming to our show. This was
Thank you very much for having me. You're a very nice young man.
Yes, thank you so much. So,
Mhm.
this was our my new guest and new live stream. I hope you all learned something new from this interview. Allah Hafiz, Pakistan Zindabad. Goodbye.